Good evening. The entire Blue Mountains could be evacuated in coming days as the bushfire crisis escalates. In the last hour, an official state of emergency has been declared, giving authorities the power to order people to abandon their homes. We have reporters across the fireground covering this unfolding emergency. Mark Burrows begins our coverage.
Just north of the Blue Mountains, a red-hot firestorm is brewing. The national park is ablaze and it's bearing down on the towns of Blackheath, Katoomba and Leura. The water bombers have an ocean of water to call on, but they can't do much to stop the blaze screaming south. On the ground, the battle is relentless.
You're on the go the whole time. Every, couple of hours you get to sit down for 5 minutes, but other than that, you're running around, running hoses, pulling hoses out.
The weather forecast, hot with winds reaching 70 to 100 kilometres an hour midweek.
These conditions that we're looking at are a whole new ball game and in a league of their own.
The fire front is massive, up to 300 kilometres. The fear strengthening winds could create a blaze not seen since the 1960s.
There is going to be a significant amount of fire activity across the Blue Mountains and Hawkesbury communities throughout this week.
If lives are threatened, residents will be advised to leave their homes. If they stay, police may step in.
Police will be doing forced evacuations if the risk is necessary. We hope we have buildings standing. But if we don't have buildings standing, we don't want bodies in them.
Staying and trying to fight the fire is pointless, according to David Curley. He lost his family home in Springwood on Thursday.
Take the warning and go, because this fire is, unstoppable. So you can see there's 47 houses in this street that are gone.
Margaret Smith left her home to the mercy of the flames. It didn't burn. If the order comes to get out, she won't hesitate.
The lady down the gully there, her house is all gone and she's blaming herself for not being home. Had she been home, she'd have gone too.
At the Blaxland tip, people waited for 2 hours to dump furniture and possessions destroyed by Thursday's blaze. In the Southern Highlands, 270 fireys are working to save the towns of Bargo, Pheasant's Nest and Yandera. In the last hour, Premier Barry O'Farrell declared a state of emergency. It gives authorities additional powers.
These powers include the right to order the public to leave or to enter an area, the right to shore up or demolish a building.
Mark Burrows, 9 News.
Right now, an emergency warning is in place for the town of Bell, near Lithgow. Residents have spent the day there with their hearts in their mouths as they help crews battle to save what they can.
Day 5 and it won't let up.
Get out of there! Duck out!
Roaring flames threaten the Monkey Creek Cafe at Bell. Craig and Ellie's livelihood suddenly under threat.
Yo, you got the truck over on that?
Firefighters chase flare-ups, patting them out on the roadside. It seems like an endless race to defend communities east of Lithgow.
The problem we've got here is that it'll come up in this drawer here. If we don't get this out, we're going to have a bit of an impact on the house. Matt, up on the side of the house, please.
At any moment, homes, memories are on the line.
Been here for 15 years, and that's the first big one so far.
Locals here are exhausted. They've fought fatigue, they've lived in fear, and there's still no end in sight. But today, some residents returned to their homes only to be dealt another blow. Rob and Suzanne Harcourt arrived home to Clarence to find heartless thieves had ransacked their house.
They're just a waste of oxygen. They really are.
How can people do this when we're going through enough without that as well?
Smashing their way in through a window, they took their time, knowing the entire township had been evacuated.
They took the TV set. They tried to take the recorder there, but that was too hard for them to get out. All the drawers were open, but we don't know what they've taken from those.
The looters stole the car from Rick Kirby's property next door before robbing several more homes nearby.
Oh, it's very low when everybody's at their lowest and, been evacuated from their houses and all that sort of stuff, and then, people come and can do that.
The robbers probably drove past this sign at Bilpin before being stopped for questioning by police in Sydney.
In my heart, I feel sorry for them, but I'm saying a jail sentence.
Bilpin had help from the top, battling the flames overnight. with Tony Abbott spending 14 hours backburning with his Davidson RFS brigade. Today, anxious residents did what they could to prepare for the worst. There's a real risk Bilpin village could be completely cut off within days. But not even that bleak outlook could stop an HSC student from Barara putting his studies on hold to do his bit.
They're Tuesday week from now, so I figured, you know, if I can do something to help, why not come up and do that? I've got my time to do my stuff, and right now these are the people who need my time most.
They've seen the best and worst in people these past few days.
Dimity's in Bell tonight. Dimity, what's the situation there?
Well, Pete, residents here in Bell, as well as people who live in Mount Tomah and Barambing, have been told to relocate immediately. Those are the areas in this region that are at most risk tonight. A number of community meetings are being held as we speak to advise residents about what to do if the weather takes a turn for the worse, which it's expected to do in the coming days. Now, Pete, that smoke that you can see behind me, that is because fire crews have been working tirelessly back-burning today. They're trying to build containment lines, as many as they can, to protect property as this massive fire front continues to head east towards the Hawkesbury region.